Hello, all you beautiful, amazing, divine, unique souls. It is Sunshine here from Soul Connection Seekers and Infinity Soul Connection. I'm a medium, a channeler, an energy healer, a soul spiritual life coach, and an author. And I open up and share to you with spirit on what they would like to share. So today they're asking the question, do you feel that something needs to change? Do you feel perhaps that there's something more out there, maybe in your life, maybe within? So let's discuss that for a little bit today. So we are all divine souls that come here to have a human experience. And what does that mean? What is that? So just to brief it, I work with souls here on the physical realm as much as I do up there and always has. So if we can open our mind that we have different lifetimes and things are collective, kind of like an iCloud, right? Everything is collected somewhere and we have different lifetimes. And when we come down for a human experience, we're here to love, to heal, to evolve our soul, to add it to that collective. So we all come from subtle bodies, right? I talk about different bodies and systems. Well, we're connected up there to subtle body, right? Which is massive, which is it holds so much. And then here on the physical, as Mother Earth has us here as guests and allows us to evolve and love and heal our soul, we have, we're connected to our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, our spiritual body, and our ether, which all those bodies are energy and constantly changing. But having a human experience, we like to think that or be in a comfort zone to stay the same. That's what we know. That's what we've been taught. That's what we've been conditioned with. That's what we were taught, or whatever is inside of us thinking that way. And so we have the subtle bodies. Then we have all our different bodies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and ether. We're connected to all the senses, right? We get down here and we're able to taste, we're able to smell, we're able to hear, we're able to touch, right? We're able to interact. Everything is interconnected. And then we have the elements to be here on Mother Earth, right? We have the fire, we have the water, we have the air, we have the ether again, which is energy. And when we think of the different elements, does fire ever stay the same, right? Does the wind, does the air that we breathe stay the same? Right? Does water stay the same? Does the ether energy, universal energy stay the same? No, it's continuously changing, right? Does Earth stay the same? No, it's consistently changing, and we're all interconnected. That is all within. And then we have our chakra systems, right? Our chakra centers. And we also have our aura, which is outside of us, and everything is interconnected. So, what in the world is that? Well, we can save that for another day, all those things. But what Spirit would like to share today is yes, when it comes to something needs to change. Yes, something needs to change. Is there more out there? Yes, there is more out there. And where is that? We will discuss that. How do we get there? We will discuss that. We all come down. It takes 9 to 10 minutes to get here, so we wouldn't blow up in the system. We're integrating everything. When we're fully here is when we are birthed. And we all come in with our soul knowing what needs to be loved and healed to evolve our soul. But when we get here, a lot of things happen, right? we're in a comfy place, and then we're, you know, born, which is very traumatic, right? We're touched, we're poked at, we're wearing diapers, we're wearing clothes, we're depending on others to feed us. So that conditioning starts right away. We don't know language, right? We need to learn language. So what we're tapped into and what we forget about is all that energy. That is what we're tapping into when we're first born and the first few months and years of our lives. So we are all born as divine souls, right? Having a human experience. We all come with the intuition. We all come with our gifts. We all come tapped in. But where does that change? That changes as soon as an untruth is told about ourselves. That changes when we have that disconnect to all the different bodies and systems that I'm talking about, is when that untruth is told about ourselves, or when we experience a situation, when we go through a transition, right? Maybe when we were younger, we were able, we could have had a pretend friend. We could have, seen angels. We could have seen somebody that had passed that we never actually met here physically. We could have had not that support system, because society conditions us, and family and generations and ancestral things might tell us, don't speak about that. It's a bad thing. Don't talk about that. Don't bring that forth. Don't, because there's so much fear instilled around and that kind of thing. But that is actually where our balance and harmony is, where our peace, love, and joy, because we are actually living in our full self, our full truth, our, divine knowing. So a high percentage of people do get closed down. They do get disconnected. And I have never, ever known anything but to be connected, because I work with souls here and I work with souls in the spiritual realm. I'm going to Spirit would like me to share something personal about myself and coming in. When I was born, I was an emergency C-section, had the cord wrapped around my neck, had no oxygen on one side of my brain and a little bit on the other side. As time went on, and what is normal and how people are supposed to function, it was recognized that something my aunt had said to my mother, there's something wrong. So I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and I had therapy to be able to learn how to walk and talk, which we all do have to learn that, and how to speak and how to coordinate my body. I'm not sharing this in a victim mode. I'm sharing this as a celebration, because throughout that, at a young age, I was very grateful, and it's to do what I'm to do in this lifetime, right? My parents supported me to be who I am, and that I get to, right? They didn't see the fairies. They didn't see the people that I spoke to. They weren't crossing people over. They allowed me to be me and never shut that down, which is very unique, but we're all unique divine souls. So I have always been connected. And, I'm very grateful for everything in my life. Not that nothing has ever transpired or happened, or I, have felt stuck at times, but I've always had that higher consciousness, that higher knowing, right? That higher perception. There's the 3D world, and then there's the, the 5th world. And, to live life with peace and joy and happiness, and to be able to take an experience or transition, something that's been very difficult. It could be relationships, it could be jobs, it could be a death of somebody that we care about so much. It can be, abundance and how we feel about that. Whatever that is outside of us, right? And we can personalize it. We can see it out of a distorted lens. We cannot know what to do with it. But if we are feeling that something needs to change, where does that change start? I was in my first relationship, my three children's father, for 17 years. And I, gave everything. I loved so much. The biggest gift, the biggest golden nugget, the biggest teaching that took him 17 years to teach me. And it was actually after we had separated and divorced, is that you cannot change anybody else. We can never change anybody else. If we are feeling that something needs to change, if we are feeling, there must be something more out there, that is the truth. That is the intuition. That is the knowing. But how do we get there? And what do we do, right? We're taught by society that everything that fills us up is on the outside of us. And that's all monetary things. That's all beneficial for society and the hierarchy. And we're conditioned about that from the very, very beginning. We're conditioned to be dependent, right? On, oh, look what we have, or look what we're getting, or where we've been, or where we're going, or what we're wearing. That is not the truth, right? The truth is where we're abundant is connecting to all those bodies and systems, connecting to our intuition, our knowing, and our gift, and living from that. But that is within. That comes with inside, and we're the only ones that can do that work. But there are people out there, right? Mentors, teachers that can support us in doing that. We do not need to do that alone. A lot of people might say, for instance, I pray on a daily basis. That's wonderful and that's beautiful, right? Some people might meditate. Some people might say that they can't meditate. You can always meditate. So when you pray, you're talking to God, right? When you meditate, you're talking with God. You're talking with the universe. You're talking with your spiritual team and your collective that are always there. They're within, right? They're like any relationship. We have to build trust within. They're waiting, right? So doing that inner work, trusting within ourselves, then we can have trust in something bigger than us. Then we can trust others, right? It's all about pure love and pure acceptance. We're all equal. So I shared with you that I was born with cerebral palsy. I was this Easter seals child. My parents supported me to be, and I get to, and love me. So I was always open to spirit. Didn't know anything different. When I hit my teenage years, I was foreseeing things, if you want to think positive or negative or good or bad. I don't believe in that. But I would see people passing that we knew. I would see people having it being in a coma. I would see different things before they actually happened. And some of them were very intense, and I didn't understand because I thought everybody lived like this. Everybody worked with spirit. Everybody was connected. And I was actually 21. Um, uh, an experience had happened in life with a loved one, and it was my friend Debbie, a very dear friend to the family. That I apologized because I got to the point where I thought I made that happen. And she said, "Oh, honey," she said, "you are so gifted." And I didn't understand that. I was 21 when I realized that not everybody was living connected to all their bodies and systems in the divine. I thought that everybody lived that way. The age 21 was so hard. I was devastated to know that people didn't live this way. I didn't know anything but that. I wasn't necessarily around what you'd call spiritual people or awakened people. all my life, I never was until I was 35 when I was going through my separation and divorce and moved to the city. And, you know, that is when Spirit had always taught me, but I had never had any physical teachers here. And I did receive physical teachers here. I did receive mentors here, and I am so grateful for that and have always continued to do that in my life, have somebody, right? Or have a couple of people. We are never ever alone in life. If we're connected to our spiritual team, the divine, our collective, the God of our understanding is within us. It's not separate than us. And if we're here to love and to heal and to evolve our soul, by the way, healing doesn't mean broken or needs fixed. It means about moving forward at all times. You know, we can reach a perception, a higher consciousness that what we experience in life, what we transition through, right, is actually for a higher good. It's actually treasures, lessons, and gifts. And that's what I teach. That's what I do in Infinity Soul Connection. I have channeled a whole year program from Spirit from week to week. People can come in for 6 months and clear out their bodies and systems of whatever they no longer need, understand the different layers and levels and dimensions of themselves on what they've been through life, start healing what has happened, those experiences, those belief systems that have been instilled are not even theirs, and step spiritually into that intuition, fully into our gifts, have a higher consciousness in life, live with that love, peace, and joy, and happiness and gratitude every day. It is possible. It is there, but who can do that? Right? We have to be able to, we are the only ones, as we change ourselves, those jobs, those relationships, those desires, those dreams, those, you know, beliefs that we thought we'd never be worth it or of value or would never happen. It's too far out there, right? That life that is true to us and right there for us is available, but we have to go within and clear out all of the caca and shit that is filling our bodies and systems and tap in, making room for what is now to come so we can live with that ease, peace, and grace and be in the flow and be and enjoy. Society keeps us all brainwashed and all doing really, really busy, so we never connect, right? Within. That's disempowering. When we're connected within, that is where that peace comes, that health, right? Just look at the food society, you know, gets us to eat. That's not whole foods. It's all processed foods. That's what is giving us the gut. That is what is giving us the health issues. That is what's giving the heart issues. That is what's making us not be able to sleep at night. It's all interconnected to other things. But when we think of what we choose to put into our mouths, it's all been quick, processed, but it's all not healthy, right? When we have that deeper knowledge, that deeper understanding of how everything is interconnected, right? We're taught maybe to give and give and give, and that's what fills us up. You need to be opened to receiving as much as we give, right? And balancing that out on top of everything else. So I love to hear your comments. I love to hear, you know, what you feel that you need to change within. I'd love for you to reach out right in the comments, maybe like or love, or get hold of me on Messenger under Sunshine Lane, or you can email me at infinitysoulconnection@gmail.com. So I'd love to hear, right, what you feel that Spirit and I shared today. And when it comes to change, it's all every day, every moment is about change. We're not to stay the same. We can't. We're energy. When you look at energy in a scientific way or view, right? Energy doesn't stay the same. We are energy. We cannot possibly stay the same, no matter if we're just awakening. No matter if we've always been awake. It's about transitioning. It's about those golden nuggets, those experiences, those, transitions. We can help one another heal. We all illuminate each other. I look forward to hearing from you. I hope that you're enjoying all moments. I love to hear what you're going through, what you're experiencing. And I love you. And you're never, ever alone. And I'm sending all my love.